Hello and welcome back to another episode of A Slice of Fried Gold. My name is Paddy.
And I'm Ben.
If you're joining us for the first time, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and if you are listening to us on Spotify, please do give us a 5-star review. With that all being said, Ben, how the devil are you?
So work has all... I've been complaining about work being busy for the last few, 10, 20 pods?
The last year?
Yeah. Well, as always, December, the volume's just taken a nosedive, and it really has taken a fucking nosedive.
Yeah.
It's fine, yeah. But it's still kind of like, I don't like it.
Right.
Because it's busy, but not busy, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. Ambulance. Where are you going to go, Mr. Ambulance? Mr. Blues and Twos. So there's that.
Yes.
There's nothing really more to say about it. It's just volume is dropped, and yet I'm still busy.
It's always the way, though, isn't it?
I went to London with Hufflepuff.
You did?
To see the Book of Mormon once again.
I'm super gel.
I think that's my 5th, 6th time seeing it. For people who've not seen it before, highly recommend, people.
I've seen it once.
Once. It's, you know how, like, when people are like, I've never been to the Harry Potter studios, I'm like, I will take you.
Yeah.
Because I can then vicariously experience it again through them. It's the same with Book of Mormon. I've never been to the theatre in the West End. I'll take you. We'll go see Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
I want to see this. No. We'll go see Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
Thankfully, she thoroughly enjoyed it, because there was a part of me who was like, what if she doesn't like it? Like, what?
I mean, like, knowing her, she would have.
Yeah.
But, like, there is that little bit of, like, doubt in your mind and going, have I completely caught this up?
Because comedy is subjective.
Yeah.
What some person will find funny, someone else won't.
Yeah.
And then I was just sitting there going, does she like South Park? I can't remember if she likes South Park. Because it's written by the people who wrote South Park. So I was just like, I was like racking my brains trying to think, like, has she ever made a comment, whether negatively or positively, on South Park? I did not go through a red light there. That was green. I may have just emergency stopped to make sure it was green.
You got a speeding ticket last week.
Shh. There's no police around. Just an ambulance. We're fine. But yeah, so I was just like, does she like South Park? Does she not? Thoroughly enjoyed it, so we're all well and good.
Yes.
The reason I bring it up is because we went for a drink together before her train.
Okay.
And naturally, just me being me, I took her to Soho, because where else would you go?
Of course.
I know where Soho is, and if we have any experience of the last time I tried to go anywhere outside of Soho, Paddy,
yes,
you'll remember it's a shit show. I know Soho, I go Soho.
Yeah.
So anyway, I take her to Soho, and guess what, Paddy?
What?
I pulled.
You had a date last week. You pulled this week.
Yeah.
You're going on for a winner before the end of the year, Ben.
Me and Hufflepuff were just sitting there at the table, minding our own business, having drinks, having a great time. And there's this guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, can I sit here?" We're like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "You going?" I was like, "Well, I'm in a gay bar in Soho. It'd be a bit weird if I wasn't."
Yeah.
And then he turns to Hufflepuff and he's like, "You gay too?" And she's like, and I butt in like, "This is my sister-in-law. Fuck off." But anyway, he then puts his arm around me. He's like, "I like him." And I was like, "Hey, I'm pulled."
How drunk was the guy?
Not that drunk.
Oh, okay.
Drunk enough to be saying things he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Like, so drunk enough for his inhibitions to go.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because the very next thing he said is, "Do you know what I like?" And we're like, "What?" And he's like, "I like it when people share." And we're like, "Great, so you know how to behave like a 5-year-old. Well done, you. Dora would be proud."
Yeah. Sherry's caring.
Sherry's caring. But then the next thing he asked is if we, as in myself and Hufflepuff, my sister-in-law, would like to share him.
Wow.
Yeah. And he was like, "Shall we share a kiss right here, right now?" And I just turned to Hufflepuff and I was like, "So when is your train?" Hint, hint, hint. She was like giving her the eyes of, "So when is your train?
We need to leave."
Because she, like, smart enough, we both agreed for her to get an open return. So then we could take our time.
Always best friend.
we actually had no intentions of going home. We were fully expected to be there for a couple more hours, but then that happened. And I was just like, so when is your train, good lady? What is this person doing?
I don't know. They're reversing very poorly.
In a huge, wide open road. Like, come on.
I mean, you really need.
You could do better.
I could.
You don't even drive.
Exactly.
So there was that.
Yep.
I've got a new product for my hair.
Oh, I noticed.
Yes. The reason I've got a new product for my hair is because I went to Tesco's to buy my normal product and they were sold out.
I'll rant about that in a minute.
Yeah.
You carry on.
You just reminded me of something else I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Anyway, so naturally, what do? I just bought from the same brand, just the next product along the shelf.
Right.
You know, thinking it's from the same people. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So the normal product I have is their strength 4.
Okay.
And this stuff is their strength 8.
Oh, good lord.
So I was like, okay, don't use as much as I normally do.
No.
Anyway, I put my fingers in, I'm rubbing it in my hands, getting it ready.
Yep.
Get your mind out of the gutter. And I'm like, this is strength 8, like the other one with the strength 4. I put it in my hands and it's like glue. It starts sticking my fingers together.
Okay.
Whereas this one, it's like a hand cream. It's like a lotion kind of thing. It's like slipping through my fingers. I'm like, how is this strength 8?
Sorry. You're the ones who said the words, Ben.
No, I'm just.
Yeah.
As I'm putting it through my hair, I feel it dry, and I'm like, oh, that's why it's strength 8.
Oh, okay.
Like, to the point where I could not move my hair afterwards.
Oh, wow.
Whatever position it dries in, it is stuck that way.
Fair enough.
So I have a 10-second window of getting my hair into the place I want it to be, and that is where it is for the rest of the day.
Right, fair enough.
And it's like, the first day it happened, of course, naturally I wasn't ready for it, so my hair was like, it looked like I'd been blasted from the wind from the side, like it was all sticking out that way.
Right, okay.
And I went to go talk to my parents about something. My mum was like, fix your hair. And I was like, I can't. This is how it is for today.
It won't let me.
And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, I bought a new product. It's stronger than I expected. This is what it is today.
We shall embrace the look.
But yeah. And normally I run my fingers through my hair when I'm stressed.
Yeah.
I can't with this thing. My fingers get stuck. And you do know, if you've got a twitch or a little thing that you do when you're stressed, when you're thinking, and you suddenly can't do it.
Yeah.
I need one of those little foom things to do with my fingers.
You need my little
I need a fidget spinner because I can't.
Do you remember my fidget cube? You didn't borrow that. I'll have to get it.
Anyway, final thing I wanted to rant about was YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I know you and I have sort of dialed back on how much YouTube we watch now.
Yeah, to a degree, yeah.
But I went on there the other day. Oh my God, the amount of adverts.
Oh, don't even get me started. And
go on, get started, go.
You know what? Fuck the adverts on YouTube, because 1, we don't get them, so we don't get no fucking money, okay? And 2, I watch things like other podcasts like Shits and Gigs and the Weekly Planet Pod and things like that. Okay, when I'm watching them, there's so many adverts on there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I've noticed, and I don't know. I'll let you say in a second. When I'm watching it on my TV app, there is twice the amount that I would get on my phone. So it's like it knows that I'm trying to sit there and relax and watch a podcast, and it will put more adverts on. But when I'm listening to it on my phone, and I'm still watching it on my phone but doing something else, there's 3 adverts in an hour podcast.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's like the algorithm knows.
This is a big puddle.
Big puddle.
I'm just going to go through that slowly.
Yes. Because we're good drivers.
Yes. I came across this channel that did it was quite a long video, admittedly, but it was we binge all 3 seasons of Avatar: The Last Airbender for the first time. I was like, look, I've just talked about watching, take people to the Harry Potter studios, take people to the Book of Mormon to live vicariously through them again.
Mm-hmm.
Avatar is my next best thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to watch this and just enjoy them watching Avatar for the first time, and I'm just going to absorb that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've just realised I haven't done my footlight.
No.
No, well.
It's fine.
We'll live. I clocked it giving me 3 adverts every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And the 3 adverts were a minute long each, unskippable.
Yeah.
I was like, YouTube, what happened to you? You sold the fuck out.
Yeah. And you know what's even worse is that, like, on some of the podcasts that I watch, it gives me, it pops up when it says that. It says, longer ads for fewer ad breaks.
Bullshit!
Yeah, exactly. Because once I was watching a 30-minute video and I got 3 of those ad breaks in 10 minutes. The whole point is to have 1 ad break in 15 minutes and then leave it alone.
Yeah.
It's not even that bad on TV.
No.
It's easier to watch TV for adverts than it is to watch it on fucking YouTube.
But then again, on TV, haven't we got, like, we've got Ofcom and who regulate how many adverts and everything. Whereas, of course, YouTube is American. We're getting American-style adverts, which is like every 5 minutes.
I know. It's ridiculous.
I feel sorry for Americans. I now understand how you could not live.
Yeah.
Like how Netflix suddenly exploded because you suddenly had no adverts.
Yeah.
I can understand it now.
Yeah, no, I get it 100%.
But yeah.
I literally don't consume as much YouTube as I used to.
And that is the reason.
Yeah, because I can't stand it anymore.
No.
I'm sitting there and I'm constantly having to... I've found a way to skip skippable, unskippable ads.
Right.
But in doing so, it then brings an advert on sooner.
Yeah.
Because it's like, haha, you think you're going to skip that? No, then bring it back.
Yeah. Anyway, Paddy, how are you this week?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
My cold has developed into a chest infection.
Lovely.
I'm over it now.
Okay.
To a degree, but I have still got a persistent cough. So every now and again I end up coughing up my lungs.
Lovely.
It's been delightful. Because also, like, my bar manager's been on holiday, so I've also been doing, like, all the cellar work, which has not helped.
Dusty as fuck.
Dusty as fuck, as well as having to, like, move barrels, and it's like, so you're just like, I can't catch my breath when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So, like, as you may have heard at the beginning of the video, I was coughing quite a bit. It's settled, but I can feel it, and it's coming back in a minute. But other than that, like, it's truly the festive season.
Yep.
Because every fucking dickhead is out. I hate the festive season for work. It's so frustrating. I don't understand it. Oh, yeah, we always come here for Christmas. Oh, well, last year I didn't get parsnips on my roast turkey. There is always parsnips on the roast turkey. Stop complaining that you didn't get parsnips last year. Why are you complaining to me about that now? Leave me alone. I don't know what you want from me. But it's festive season. You get all the numpties out because it's like they're allowed out of the sane asylum fucking once a year, and it's always at Christmas.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, no like big stories, no big dramas, customer-wise, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've been talking to a guy who's DJ.
Oh, okay.
And he does like weddings and events and everything. And he's like, I hate this time of year. And I was like, why? And he's like, well, I make my most money, but at the same time, people are even more of a dick than they already are. I was like, that's fair.
Yeah, that's understandable. Anybody who's worked in retail or hospitality or along those lines,
leisure industry.
The leisure industry, like, people know. Well, what's the annoying thing as well is that, like, people don't understand that they are like that because they think that they're being a normal person.
Yeah.
And, like
and usually they're drunk and they don't realise they're being...
They're just weird. It might only... Well, we only go out on special occasions, so this is a special occasion. And, like, somebody had, like, a venison dish, and they said, oh, it was slightly overcooked. But there was not a single microbe left on their plate because they devoured it all because it was delicious, but it was a slightly bit overcooked.
Yeah.
So, cool. You know what? That's your problem. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you've eaten all your food, you've eaten all your dessert, you've had all your drink, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Pay the bill and leave.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, other than that, I haven't really got anything to report, I'm afraid. So should we talk film?
Let's talk film.
So we've just been seeing Moana 2.
Yes.
You go first because I need water.
Okay. So, Moana 2, a film that did not need to be made. There you go. That's all I need to say about it. I think the thing that really annoyed me with this one was partly the songs were just not as catchy as the first one. Like, even though I absolutely abhor You're Welcome, I hate it, it's an annoying song,
It's great.
I do not deny the fact that it got into the cultural zeitgeist. Look at me with all the big words tonight. Like when Moana came out, you could not move on social media for people using the You're Welcome tune and lyrics and everything. Has there been the same thing as now for Moana 2? No. Partly, I think, because of Wicked is doing that.
Yeah, Wicked's.
But then also partly because the songs just aren't as catchy.
They aren't.
Do Disney need to rely on Lin-Manuel Miranda for everything?
Yeah.
Because it's getting that way, because the last successful one they had was Encanto, which was him.
Yeah.
So that was a bit thing. And the other thing that annoyed me was the first one had a really good message about chasing and making your destiny and going for your destiny and everything. Whereas this one just turned Moana into the chosen one, which, like all stories do, is this person's the chosen one.
Yeah.
I do not have a problem with the chosen one archetype. Harry Potter is the chosen one. Luke Skywalker is the chosen one.
Yes.
But those stories start as the person is the chosen one. This one had Moana as someone who goes for their own destiny, who's not bound by fate and prophecy and blah, 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 blah. And then the second one, they're like, fuck that, now you're the chosen one.
Yeah.
And that annoyed me.
Yeah.
Like, come on. You could have, like, if you're going to make a sequel, fine. You could have made it so much better.
Yeah.
Like, the simple way that you could have done it, and I don't care about spoilers for this, it's a kid's film, is obviously she has a little sister in this.
Yep.
Make it a little brother. And then the chief's like, I know that we set you up to be the chieftainess, but now that you've got a little brother, sorry, patriarchy is still a thing back in 2,000 years ago.
The amount of people have said the same thing.
It makes sense. Make it a little brother, and he's like, and by the way, he's now going to become the chieftain.
Yeah.
And so Moana's like, fine then, I will go find my destiny. I will go find my place.
Yeah.
Boom. Story makes perfect. Like, you can still keep the rest of the story.
I know. This is all you need is one little change, and that is it.
Yeah. But of course, marketing, they want girls to have the Moana doll and the sister doll.
Samira?
Yeah, something like that.
Samantha.
Sammy.
Sammy Boo.
But yeah, it's because marketing and Disney wants to have the two little dolls because, of course, girls play with dolls and everything. Yes. I mean, come on, you're supposed to be about breaking stereotypes. And you're like, oh, Moana and her little sister, both as dolls, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you'd just done that, the story would have made way more sense. The songs would have still been shit. Yep. But at least the story would have been better because they wouldn't have completely ruined her character to fit.
Yeah, 100%.
The comedy was just way off.
Oh, it was appalling. How many jokes were there that completely fell flat in that film?
Pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
Like, I get that the first one was self-aware to a degree.
Yeah.
Well, Maui was self-aware. Like, everyone else was in universe, shall we say.
Yeah.
And then Maui made a few quips that sort of tied it to our universe. Like the whole thing, you know, when you use a bird, it's called tweeting. He referenced to social media.
Yeah. Like,
whereas
things like that, it's fun.
Things like that, fine. But this one, everyone was making the quips.
Yeah.
Everyone was making the we know that this is a film kind of quips. And it falls flat. Because in most comedies, you have the straight man and then everyone else around them. Maui was, to a degree, the straight man in the first one because he made the quips about knowing it being a film kind of thing.
Yeah.
When everyone else is doing it, it doesn't make it as funny.
Yeah, I agree.
And like the amount of fourth wall breaks looking at the camera like, aren't we funny?
Yeah.
No, you are not.
The thing as well with like, just a bounce on that, is that like, everything seemed more like they were trying to be more Looney Toony.
Yes.
Like, you know, when she like with the bat on her thing, and it all the sound effects feel like they're trying to make it Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Like that really bugged me. Like you said, it was like almost like more grounded comedy in the first one, and this one they've tried to go more over the top.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And that's all really what I've got to say is weak story. You change the main character's sort of arc.
Yeah.
and message, poor songs, and crap comedy.
Yeah.
That is what I really need to say. Oh, I mean, animation was good, but it's Disney. What do you expect?
That is the standout for me. The animation, and once again, this film is is beautiful.
Yes.
It's such a beautiful film.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. The water sims, the ocean, it looks like real ocean. It looks like they've just filmed ocean. It's not animated, you know.
Gladiator 2 could take lessons on how to do water.
It could.
Yeah.
It was such a visual feast for the eyes, as they say.
But over to you, Paddy.
Yes, this is the second time I watched it. Mm-hmm. It did not get better with a second sin.
I didn't think so.
For me, the movie doesn't really pick up until the second, third, the last act.
Yeah.
They call it 3 acts in this film instead of 2. If there's 3 acts, it's the last third act.
Yeah.
When they get to the destination.
Yeah.
That is when it picks up. And they're the bits that give me the goosebumps in that film. That's the bit that starts getting me going. There is one good song in that thing, which is her first song that they kind of use. I feel like out of all of them, that's the best one.
Probably because they use, and they I think know that because they use that for the credit scene as well.
Yeah. I feel like that is the best one, and because they then use it again more in the film, it's because they know that's the only good one they've got.
Yeah.
The Rock's one this time, considering, like you said, You're Welcome was the biggest one to come out of the first one. His new one, Chihu, is fucking awful. It is the worst song in that thing. I couldn't, first time I watched it and it finished, and I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? What did I listen to? I feel sorry for him because, obviously I've seen it already and it's been out. But, you end up reading about stuff and things like that. But what I didn't realise was, what's his face? Miranda, man.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah. Is that he, watched and listened to a lot of singing stuff that The Rock had done in, say, wrestling and other movies and things like that, to write the music to his tonal voice.
Right.
And how he sung. And this one doesn't seem like they've done that at all.
No, but I was watching the credits and Lin Miranda wasn't involved in any way, shape or form from what I could see.
From this one? No, he's not in it at all.
Yeah,
It's completely new director, and it's completely new, music team.
Yeah.
So I feel like this one, they've just written the song and gone, sing that, because you can sing, but they've done it all in the wrong key for him, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It just does not work at all.
Yeah.
And it's really disappointing.
The other thing what I really annoyed, and actually you could turn this into a drinking game, is you have to take a shot every time they say how far you'll go.
Yeah.
Because they know, that was the message of the first one, is how far will she go?
Yeah.
And then literally that was every other line.
Yeah.
You could turn that into as such a good drinking game as well.
It's very true.
Yeah.
But the thing as well was they, even at the beginning, even the first 3 minutes of her home is basically recapping the first film. You do not need to recap the first film. Everybody knows that film. It is one of the most. You know what?
I'm going to say yes, they do, because they've changed it. Because at the end of the first film, they're all off exploring and becoming wayfinders and
Yeah.
And then this one starts, they're all back on the island.
Right.
She's the only one wayfinding, to the point where her dad seems to have forgotten how to fucking sail.
Yeah.
So yes, they did have to recap it because they've changed it.
To a degree, yes. The only thing I'm going to say is that with this story and the way they've made it seem, is basically everybody on that island are cousins.
Yes.
Because if they've all been living there for 1,000 years and nobody else has come to that island, then everybody is cousins on that.
Okay.
Or brothers and sisters.
Yes, they're all inbred, and that makes me feel better, because at one point I was sitting there and I was like, they all look the same.
I know. They're literally all got the same ears, same nose,
same face shape.
The whole shebang. They're literally all brothers and sisters.
My God. We've got the Habsburg chin, now you're going to have the Moana foreheads. Oh. But yeah, no, I was thinking the same. I was like, oh my God, they all look this. Was this we're running out of time, animators have not been paid enough, quick, copy, paste.
It felt like that.
Yeah.
But this, like you said from the top, like this movie did not mean to be made. The issue that they're doing now is that The Rock has had so many failed franchises that I feel like
he's grasping for straws.
And the fact that they are currently and have almost finished filming the live action Moana as well. Like, it's crazy. But next year that comes out.
But that's because the year Moana came out was Moana and Jumanji were sort of very, very close together. Yeah. And that year,
he did so well.
He was the highest paid actor in all of Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And of course, he wants to get back there. Yeah. He's not willing to acknowledge his time is up. His time is come and gone.
No, I wouldn't say that his time is up. What he needs to do is he actually needs to take a step back and work out what he's like. You look at photos of him
when I say his time is up, I don't mean like he's old, he's past it. I mean he needs to accept that he's no longer going to be the highest paid actor in Hollywood. That's gone. That's moved on.
I feel like he could do that, but what he's doing is he's just taking any movie that he can think of and doing it instead of actually sitting down and maybe concentrating. He's got so many fingers in pies, like all these reports of him being late to sets and things like that. And he's like he literally flew into London, did the Moana press tour, and for the UK, the premiere, went straight to Graham Norton, did Graham Norton, and then flew back out again. And it was all within 24 hours. You look at him on there, and he's wearing sunglasses now. And if you look through the sunglasses, you can see he's exhausted.
But that's yes, he's exhausted. But you're saying he's got his fingers in too many pies and he's accepting too many films. He is the executive producer for them all because he wants to be back on top, and that's where I'm saying he's going wrong.
Yeah, but that's what I'm agreeing with you in a degree.
In a different way, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But what I'm saying is he's not past his prime. What he's doing is too much.
Yeah.
He needs to take a step back. But he needs to then concentrate on what he needs to do. Instead of trying to film 3 things at once and then going off and doing this and doing that and then coming back and filming some more and then going off again, which is putting delays and things on, pressure on studios.
But he's obviously going for quantity over quality.
Yeah.
He's throwing everything at the wall and hoping one of them will stick.
Yeah.
But they're all sliding off, leaving a big shit stain down the wall.
Well, the thing is, look at how much money Moana 2 has already made. It's already broken the box office.
Oh.
It's...
Yeah, but that's because it's a safe, parents are like, my kids liked Moana 1, I'll take them to see Moana 2.
Exactly. And then obviously you've got live action Moana next year, and then #spoilers. The likelihood is the third one will be out in a couple of years, I'd have thought. You know what I mean?
God, wow. Could that van be
any closer to the end of the road?
I'm sure he could try.
He's
on lovely double yellows.
So yeah, but it was just a bit of a pointless film.
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
Be careful who you talk to in London. You may pull, but he may turn out to be weird and ask you to share a snog with your sister-in-law.
Yeah, # a little bit odd.
If you go from a strength 4 to a strength 8 in hair products, be prepared.
And be prepared for your hair to be stuck.
Yeah.
Chest infections.
Chest infections be him. Christmas be Christmasing. Be crazy. People not be making no sense in what they're doing and what and their choices and
their life choices.
Yeah, life choices and work choices.
Yeah, all for that.
And Moana 2. Another shit stain on the wall for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
As well as 2024. But with that all being said, have you seen Moana 2? Let us know your thoughts down below on that and The Rock's career and things like that. You can also email us at sliceofriedgoldpod@gmail.com. Have you had to deal with crazy people at the bars? Have you had to use new hair gel and then got your hair stuck? Let us know, please. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and if you are listening to us on Spotify, please do give us a 5-star review. With that all being said, we'll see you in the next one. No hint this week because I don't know what we're actually doing.